coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. You know I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure to bring back, real prison talk with Tommy, one of my main guys, man. He's been on here before. Background story on him, man. I believe he went in prison, man. He caught double homicide at 16. He ended up doing 25 years, I believe. And 27. I don't want to take nothing away from you, champ. 27 years from the age of 16 up north at that. Starting out going through the Rikers Island, this, that, and the third, all of that. We heard, he got his face cut the first day in prison. First day in prison, and he got the scars to prove it. So, man, I wanted to bring him back and let him, give y'all some of the experiences that he went through up there, being in prison, going in at a young age, navigating his way through that system, being able to come out here, man, after 27 years, with his mental intact, man, and get a career and doing his thing, man. So, he beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? He beat the odds because trust and believe the odds was against him. But real dude, man, tell me what's up, champ.
What's happening? What's happening, Banky, man? Pleasure to see you this morning.
Absolutely, it's always a pleasure, man. You already know we locked in like season in, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I wanted you to chop it up with him, man, and tell him like, we touched a little bit on this, but I told him I was gonna bring you back, man, just to to give them a glimpse of what it's like, man. Like say being in prison at that young age, being in prison at any age is crazy. We both know that. But being in there when you're so young, basically, you grew up in prison, man. So I know you've seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things, and went through a lot of stuff, man. So, what were some of your most memorable things that might have changed your thinking?
Man, there was a lot of memorable things that changed my thinking, man. There's quite a few, man. One things that really changed my thinking, man, is being too involved with your homeboys, taking up too much for your homeboy, being a savior, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's one of the things. In fact, I got a whole memory regarding that, man. It's funny you say this, but I'm in this joint one time called Attica, right? Real famous. A lot of y'all know Attica. I mentioned Attica a lot because I was there for 6 years total, 6.5 years, and it's just so much that happens there. You know what I'm saying? That's where I grew up. I was there first time I was there 5 years from the age of 21 to 26. Then I came back in my early 30s and I was there for about a year and a half. But the first time I was there, I had two running partners, Little Danny and Negro. These are the two dudes I run with all the time. They both two Afro Latinos, two black bros, but they both Puerto Rican. They from New York. They from my neighborhood. I know these dudes from the street. You know what I mean? So we run together in Attica. We keep each other tight. Now Danny got a little scar on his face. Something like mine, but it's not as bad. It's smaller. And what happened with Danny? He was in another joint, and he was having a knife fight with somebody. While he's having a knife fight, another dude ran up behind him and caught him. Boom! Came right up on him. Boom! Ripped him. So he can't fight everyone at once. Thing goes, does what it does. People get locked up, go to the box here, there, and disperse out. And they actually moved a few dudes to different facilities. So lo and behold, me, Danny, and Negro, we in Attica. The dude who snuck behind Danny and cut him in his face, he came to the prison. So now, even though it's not my beef, it's not I gotta be concerned with because now if my boy getting the beef, I gotta hold him down. Someone else get involved, I gotta get involved. Like that's how it is. You talk about you loyal in prison, you gotta show and prove. It's not this just out here, yo, I got love for you, man, mad loyalty. How? In there, it's there you ain't gotta look for a way to prove it, you ain't gotta try to, it's gonna come up. So to make a long story short, they both in the same prison now, but they in different blocks. But both of them know that when they see each other, it's on. Now the other dude, I'm not gonna say his name. We're gonna call him Renee. So Renee lands up in the spot, and Renee's going home in like 6 months, 6, 7, 8 months. My boy Danny, he going home in 6, 7, 8 months. So now, sure enough, who comes to our block? Renee comes to our block. So me, Negro, and two other old timers, another dude named Negro that was down with a certain clique, my man Chino Blast that was down with a certain clique. They were down with two different cliques that was affiliated with each other. I'll leave nameless 'cause not a part of them. I want no one to think I'm like cloud chasing on their shit. And out of respect to them. But anyway, so we all huddle up and we talking to Danny and we like, listen, you got a few months to go home. He got a few months to go home. Dead this beef. Dead this. You know what I'm saying? Just go home in peace. However, if he want to go, you got to get at him. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna come at you, we understand you're gonna come at him. It is what it is. It's on. So to make a long story short, it's basically dead because both of them is going home, right? They got together. This thing is dead. Whatever, ain't not happening. But now we get word that Renee is telling dudes that he needs a weapon in the yard. He need to have something on him. This, that, and the third. He's moving around trying to get different weapons, trying to do different things as if he plotting, as if he about to do something. And you moving around as if you're trying to do something and you got beef from my boy Danny. So we automatically think it's for him. So Danny's like, all right, I'm gonna get his ass now. So I'm in the yard one night. It's me, my boy Negro. Danny didn't come outside that night. It's wintertime. Everyone wears hoods, hats, bundled up. It's the end of winter. It's March. And it was particularly nice this night. And I see Renee moving around the yard, and he don't got a hoodie on. He got his whole face exposed, easy, because in New York, a common thing is scalpels. Do something to tear your grill up. And I seen that, man. I thought to myself, I said, Danny about to tear this dude up, probably get more time added to his bid. He going home in 6 months. Me, I got life bid. I got mad years to do. I told Naked, I said, you know what? When you see Danny, tell him I got love for him. I did this because I want to see him go home. And I got myself a scalp and I decided I was going to hit Spoon up for Nate. So anyway, I remember I remember clocking the dude. I'm watching him. I watch his movements in the yard. He hanging out with these three other dudes. He separates himself from them. I forgot what he goes to do. So I got my boy Negros with me. It's Renee. Actually had two other dudes with him. It's Renee and two other dudes. Two other dudes are sitting at the table. Renee is walking towards the table. And I remember creeping up behind him. I'm walking up behind him. I'm eating his food. I'm walking up behind him. I remember feeling bad for him. Like, damn, this is too easy. He don't even know this is happening. But then another part of me is like, yo, shut that shit off. Because ain't no time to be compassionate. It's no time to hesitate. And that moment you hesitate is the moment another dude will kill you. And I came up on him. I hit him across his face with that scalpel. Boom! Ragged him. He ran over where his friends were. Like he got some distance between me. And I'm with my boy Negro. I'm like, Negro, let's go. Boom, because he ain't gonna do nothing. He's not gonna get it on. His boys didn't jump up. They didn't pop off. They just all there in shock. He's just holding his face. He over there standing with his friends. So me and Negro turn around and leave. And then while we walking away, I hear this dude from about 20 feet away. He said, "Where you going, bitch ass N word? Where you going? Let's get it on." So my boy Negro telling me, he said, "Yo, keep walking. He don't want to get it on with you. He just want you to get caught." I said, "All right." But in my mind, I'm trying to walk. I'm trying to find a clear area because it's mad snow and ice. I'm lighting the ass. This dude about a buck 90. I'm about a buck 50. So I don't need to be rushing around on no ice and snow. And I found a more clear area. I just pulled up. And here he come. He walking. My boy Negro coming. He come behind Negro. Negro tell him, yo, chill. Just take it on in. Take the L. Blah, 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 blah. He like, nah, I want mine. I want to get it. I said, chill, Negro, leave him. Let him come. And I got the scalp in my hand and we start getting it. And every time he runs in on me, I'm just catching him. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm hitting him. Bang, bang, bang. Now he got the hoodie on. so it's not really all the way going through. At one point, he grabs me, he pinned my arm so I couldn't cut him no more. And he grabs me up and he slams me on the wall. Boom! Now you take one hand, he's catching me, he's punching me. Boom! 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 I'm trying to get the hand loose. Now police see what's going on. Now police are screaming on the microphone, break it up, break it up, break it up on a megaphone. So now I want to get rid of the razor, the scalpel. So I kind of tossed that. My arm was pinned, but I was able to toss that. One of my friends ran out of the crowd, grabbed that, he gets away. So now we end up fighting. So now I come up out of that and we start shooting the hands. And as we go and as we shooting the hands, I'm putting it on, I'm catching them, I'm hitting them more and more. Boom, boom, boom. And I was just a little faster than him. I had more stamina. And he broke down. His legs started buckling. You know, he's ready to go out, but now mad police out in the yard and they're walking towards us. They're not running. They're walking towards us. This is going on for 3 and 4 minutes. If you ever fight for 3 and 4 minutes straight, it's a lot, especially when weapons are involved. And I'm worried about his boys jumping in, someone else trying to stab me, someone else trying to cut me. You know, my friend Negro, another dude named Negro was there, and they kind of held me down, make sure none of that went down. And all I'm thinking about is I got rid of the weapon, so I'm not going to get a new bit. I'm not going to get more time if they don't find that weapon. And I think I'm not worried. And police come up on the scene. He don't want to fight no more. He's drugged. He's half out of it. Police like, yo, put your hands on the wall. And when I put my hands on the wall, I see my hands were covered in blood because he was cut and I'm hitting him. Sure enough, my hands were cut, so I know I'm done. I'm going to the box. I went to the box. I get a year in the box. Now, as time goes by, I come out the box. I'm in another spot. One of his friends ran up on me in my cell, knocked me down, knocked me off my feet. Boom! Big dude. I fall on my back. He pulls out a fiberglass knife and just start hitting me up. Boom! 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 I'm trying to block. I'm on my back now. I'm trying to block. I'm trying to kick, catching my hands, my arms, my chest, my shoulder. And we going. I finally kick him. And I kicked him. He went back out of the cell and then slammed the cell door closed on me. Long story short, time goes by, came out, me and him went out again, weapon to weapon, and we ended up getting it on. I gave him a bullshit scratch. You know, my weapon was no good, ended up bending. It was an ice pick. I hit him. I went to hit him in his neck. He slipped, and it caught him his cheekbone, and the whole joint bent in half. It was a flimsy piece, and it scratched him. He ends up grabbing me in a headlock. He's punching me in my face. Bing! Bing! Got me half knocked out. Police run up on the scene, lock us up. And where I get locked up for that. So now I'm locked up for the fight. Now this stems from the dude Renee I cut. This is one of his boys. Then shortly after that, I'm coming out again. And I'm online. Dude came behind me, stabbed me in the top of my head with a bullshit pen. Boom! 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 Now we fight in the hallway. Him and another dude jump me. Again, over the same dude, Renee. And now I come back and think about it. All the beef I gotten over this one beef, it's not my beef. This is my boy's beef who's going to go home, right? We trying to ensure that he go home. So I bite the bullet, so to speak, and all this stuff follows. Now, if I look back, I wouldn't have got involved in that. You know, so I tell him, boy, if you ready to hit him and risk putting more time in your bid, that's the consequences you want to take. You do what you got to do. If you're not, if you're dead and you're trying to go home, then you're trying to go home. I'm gonna stand with you regardless. But by taking on too much of a role is what caused me so many unnecessary problems in conclusion way after that. You know, it was a crazy situation.
Oh yeah, that sounds crazy, man. And man, that's a lot for somebody else, man. That's a lot, man. But you know, you got insight now, so you are looking back and you can see it. But when you in that moment, a lot of people wouldn't understand. When you in that moment, that's the loyalty that you got, because we talking life
Yeah,
and death situations. You know what I'm saying? And you want to see a dude go home. Now I gotta ask you this because I know the count and I know how situations go. Now, when he go home, do he keep it 100 with you? He keep it a band with you?
sure didn't. Sure didn't. got lost in the sauce, never heard from him again.
That's
Developed some bad
crazy.
habits, developed some bad habits, went out. But I will say, um, following that, about a year after that, when he was still in Attica, had a sort of problem with someone who landed in the spot. I was in the box, and he stepped to the situation. He stepped up for me. You know what I mean? So he was willing to go there because he didn't go home when he was supposed to. He took a little more time before he actually went home, and he was willing to step up and hand that if necessary. Now, when he got home, when it mattered, nah, man, he got lost in the sauce,
Yeah, I know the
and
count, man.
that doubly shows you it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I know the count. I done been in similar situations, man. The situations I was in wasn't to the extreme. The scenario that you just uh explained, but it could have got there because I done went out on front line for dudes because they was going home. And oh man, I got you, man. Woo, 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 I appreciate that. Da, 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 da. And they won't. The jokers that I went on the front line for definitely was not willing to do what I was willing to do for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be playing. I'm willing to, you know what I'm saying, go all the way because I know how a situation can unfold in a prison beat.
Yeah,
So I don't win in those situations, man. And Jokers was, I'm talking like super short, man. Going home within less than a year. They done went home, man. I got you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Man, I'm a old man, bank. I appreciate you. Never heard from them again. I'm talking about not one peep, not one card, not nothing.
mm,
And one dude in particular, I literally saved him, little white dude, man. He was my celly, man. He actually did the tattoo that's on my back. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
actually saved him, man, when I moved in the cell with him. I saved him from getting, you know what I'm saying, taken advantage of. They was trying, you know what I'm saying, turn him off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saved him from all of that, you know, and he went home, sold me all these dreams. He gonna do this, he gonna do that. Never heard from him again. And this is how life unfolds. I run into him like 7, 8, 9 years later on a whole nother camp. He done went home, got tricked up, caught a whole rack of time. He probably ain't gonna see the streets no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, run right into him, man. And I'm like, oh man, what's up? And he started singing this old set, man. When I got home, man, I got to doing this and doing that. Man, you don't even send me a card. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I ain't got no love for you, champ. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even no need to tell nobody on this camp you know me, because on this camp, you know what I'm saying, I was who I was and dudes respected me. So I know he was glad to see me because he thought that it was still gonna be like it was, but that's
right,
dead. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, absolutely. When you mess up like that, that's a real big error. Ain't no room for do-overs.
Yeah. I
You
ain't
know
gonna
what I'm
lie to
saying? Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold your time. I really wanted to smack fire from him. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, it is what it is because the same thing, like you looking back in retrospect, I'm looking back, man, do you know I was willing to, you know what I'm saying, to take somebody out for you, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep them from doing that to you. And you can't even send me a card. You can't even give me a number where I could call and chop it up with you. I hadn't been on the street. You know what I'm saying? So you know how it is when people are in there with you and you get to know them or whatever, and then they go on the street and you've been wanting to go on the street. So you want to know what that experience is like, what it feels. I would have just been happy just to talk to them, like, how is it to be out there? What's going on? You know, I couldn't even get
right.
that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, you don't get away from me, dog.
Yeah, I know that. I know it all too well, man. And you know, loyalty is something proven. It's not something you can just speak of and it's real. It don't work like that.
Yeah, man, that's real talk. And a lot of people don't got that, man. Like I say, man, that's the strongest trait you can have, man, especially in a friendship, a brotherhood, or even in a relationship. You got to have that loyalty, man.
Yes, yes. The problem is, you know, you have a lot of young men and women growing up that they'll have that sense of loyalty about them, like they have something in them to be loyal, to bond with another human being, to be a good person, and that gets taken advantage of. because sometimes we don't always grow up with the eyes to see. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're not always schooled in the right way, and there's what you could term a misguided loyalty. And when you have a misguided loyalty, people will take advantage of that. And that's one of the things that how they catch a lot of young people nowadays. You know, you got a lot of young dudes in the street who look up to someone older. They look up to someone who's moving around, and they want to prove themselves. And a lot of times they'll do that through loyalty. You know what I'm saying? A misguided sense of loyalty. By proving I'm loyal to you, I'm with you by taking a risk, by risking my freedom, by risking my life, by doing one of these things. Because yes, it does prove loyalty. Yes, but a lot of times it's misguided. You know what I'm saying? And I often tell people in life, you don't gotta go out of your way to prove your loyalty to people. The way life is, circumstances are gonna come up that's gonna test your loyalty, how loyal you are or not. It's not always about committing a crime. It's not about it's not about risking your life. Sometimes it's about, being that person at 2 o'clock in the morning that's gonna help you get to the hospital. It could be that person who, who's going to tell you the right things. If your head really ain't on straight, that person that's going to be there in your corner, that's going to keep in your ear with something positive. It comes in a lot of different ways. You don't have to go out of your way to prove you're loyal. Life will challenge that and will test you.
Absolutely. And you said that, man, that's 100%. And if somebody asks you to prove your loyalty, then that person, to me, in my opinion, that person is not even worthy of your loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Because he's asking you to do something to prove it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that person is worthy of it, because, like I said, loyalty will reveal itself. You know what I'm saying? It should not be nothing you should have to ask for. It's going to reveal itself. If I'm with you, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the tricky part come in at, because that's when you have to be a good judge of character. You have to be able to read people, because you can think you have somebody loyal, and then when it's time for showtime, it's wartime, and then they not there, and then you stuck. You out on the island. But that's the chances you take. I don't think you ask for loyalty. I don't think you do that. Because when you do that, man, it's just like anything else. You ask somebody for something, then they trying to prove something, or they trying to do something just because you asked for it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people is genuine, you don't even have to ask. It's understood. You know what I'm saying? It's just like me and
That's
you
right.
cool, and I'm rich, and I know you in a bind. Why should you have to ask me for money? You know what I'm saying? I should offer it. If you got to ask for it, if I was you and I got to ask for it, I'm gonna assume you ain't want to give it to me because you see I need it. You know what I'm saying? So what's the purpose of me asking when you see I need it and you won't provide it for me asking? You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't really want to give it to me.
That's
So
right.
but yeah, man, that's I know a lot of scenarios like that, man. And yeah, people don't realize, man, that these are real stories. These are real events that people went through, real wars, real life and death situations. You know what I'm saying? You talking scalpels and ice picks and razor. I know about the little plastic joint, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to put in
Yeah,
you, dude. Yeah, they try to put that in you and break it off. And that
that's right.
joint, yeah, it'll close up and you will hemorrhage. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
we
right.
talking prison medical. You know what I'm saying? Everything is slow. If your chances is even slimmer, you know what I'm saying, in prison to survive these type of incidents than they are on the street, because the medical attention that you get is gonna come slow. You know what I'm saying? I heard a warden tell a dude one time, say, yeah, she say, you better hope they get you to the hospital in time. You better hope it's something flying, because anything on the ground gonna be too slow. And I heard a
Wow.
warden say that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so it's real, man. It's real, man. But yeah, man, I think you got a lot more stories, a lot more things that people need to hear, man, because it sheds light on what's going on behind the walls, and let these young people know, man, this is not a game. And they may see you out here and doing what you're doing, and you doing well, and they may see me and see me doing this, and they don't realize the things that's behind our eyes, the things that's in our brain, man, the things that we have been through to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, man. Yeah, I got mad respect for you, champ, because I know what you've been through. I know, you know what I'm saying. But telling people, man, what's going on with you know what I'm saying, with Tommy Fitness, man. Let them know how to get at you, how to reach you. They might want to book some classes.
Yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm an online fitness trainer. I've been doing that for several years now. This is what I do. If you want to see what I do, you could go onto Instagram at Coach Tommy underscore fitness. You could also message me directly there and set up a free session, right? Because the first session is always an assessment, and I give that as gratuity, just to see if I'm the fit to work with you or not. On YouTube, you can find me at Real Prison Talk with Tommy.
Man, that's what it is, man. I appreciate you, champ. You already know what it is. We locked in.
Much respect, man.
Hey, listen, man, anybody out there, man, that watches me on YouTube, man, and anybody who's ever interviewed me, this is a man you want to interview, man. He got very, very good insight, man. This is a man who navigated his way through prison, man, up north from the age of 16. 27 years later, he out here. He survived that ordeal. If you know, you know. That ain't a given. So y'all need to get him on y'all platform, man, or interview him, man. And y'all make sure y'all like this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Tommy. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. TBP Nation, appreciate y'all. Big love. We out here. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And by all means, duck them hooks, man, so you don't have to go through what Tommy or I went through, man. We out of here, man. Salute.
Peace.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.